2-1. He's won the first 2 sets 6-3, 6-1. Kriek has come back to win the third 6-2.
15 love.
Just like that. In the first game of the fourth set, it's 40 love.
Game Agassi.
Well, he got all 4 of his first serves in and won the first game of the fourth set.
First game, 15 love.
We're in the fourth set.
Coming out now.
Good effort. Good effort.
We told you the ball boys and ball girls are good here. Good hands.
She'll be seated next year.
Maybe, what, 10 feet, 12 feet behind the baseline?
And going away from the baseline.
6 tournaments this year, most on the Grand Prix Tour. A lot of wins for an 18-year-old or anyone else.
Out! 15-40.
Break points now for Agassi. And he has the break.
He leads 2-love in the fourth. Now let's go down to Tim Ryan.
Agassi leads 2 games to love.
All right, Pat, we've been joined in our studio here by Darren Cahill, one of the young Australians that's turned us into the Australian Open so far. A winner over Boris Becker earlier. Today he defeated Martin Laurendeau of Canada to move into the quarterfinals. First man in, Darren. Does that feel good?
Yeah, it feels great. You know, I was the first man in the fourth round with the default, so it's great.
Well, things are going well for you, but how do you assess your own game? How did you play today?
Well, it was very difficult to play out to there today. Martin and myself really didn't play that well. It was very gusty, but I guess I won the points that counted, and I'm very happy with the win.
Darren, what's going on in Australia? We played guys like Hode, Rosewall, Laver, and all of a sudden the Aussies are back. What's going on down there?
Well, I think it's from the eight years ago. We went in a little bit of a slump, I think, and Australian tennis sat down and had a good look at it, and we decided to put some programs together. And over the last 6 or 7 years, we've really been working hard on our juniors, and I think now it's starting to tell.
All right, well, Darren, watch some of this Agassi Kriek match with us here, and we'll kind of get your feelings about the young American player, Andre Agassi. As you see right now, he's ahead 2-1 and leading 2-love here in the fourth. Are the Australians talking about Agassi?
Yeah, I like watching him. He's a great player to watch. He's very fast, and I think he's great for the game.
How does he hit that forehand so hard on the run? He lets the ball drop very low.
Yeah, I think he generates a lot of power through timing, and he's a great hitter of the ball, and I think he's great to watch. He's one of the very few players that I like to watch play tennis.
Darren, next for you will be the winner of Kriekstein and Stefan Edberg. Their match is tonight. I guess it's safe to say you'd hope for Kriekstein, but you'd expect Edberg.
Yeah, I think whoever wins that, it's going to be very difficult. Stefan will probably go into the next favourite, but Aaron's playing very well, and he could upset Stefan. You never know.
All right, Darren, I know you've got a doubles match ahead, so we're going to let you go, and if you keep it going this way, I expect we'll see you back here in our studio.
Right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Darren Cahill. Now let's go back up to the stadium booth. Pat Summerall, Tony Tripp.
All right, Tim, it's deuce. Agassi serving, leading 2-love in the fourth.
Damage Agassi.
That is ace number 7. Kriek just had a break point.
Game Agassi.
Game to Agassi. He leads 3-love now in the fourth. 15. Kriek serving. Big day here at the U.S. Open, and the highlights will be on tonight here on CBS at 11:30. Tim Ryan and Larry Carrillo.
Oh, that is terrific. That ball hit with excessive topspin, able to dip it over, get a real good angle. If he drove that ball for the deep in the corner, Kriek could have picked it off. No one could have gotten that one.
The man on the right pointing is the man who put this place together. Slew Hester, Chairman Emeritus. What a job he did.
He certainly did, and the gentleman who was sitting next to him was Philippe Chatrier, who is the president of the French Federation and the president of the International Tennis Federation. One break point saved by Kriek. Still down a break point.
Game Agassi.
That makes it 4-love in the fourth.
Agassi leads 4 games to 1.
Agassi leads 2-1. Got his act back together. And the day is looking much better.
With the sun out, it's more difficult to serve where Johan Kriek is.
Over on court 16 here in the fourth set. Wilkinson leads 2-1, but Chang ahead in the fourth set.
And just accumulating more and more experience.
40-15 here.
Excellent approach that time by Kriek. Pretty much down the center, very deep, good pace.
Game Agassi.
Game to Agassi. He leads 5-love in the fourth.
Agassi leads 5 games.
Action has begun with Kriek serving. That's love 15. That's the situation. Andre Agassi up 5-love in the fourth set. He won the first 2 sets. That's what they came to see.
That's right. Love 30.
There's the stadium at the USTA's National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadow, New York, the borough of Queens.
Bit of a miss hit there, but it went in.
Love 40.
I just shut my eyes that time, and it's 3 match points. You get the feeling that Andre is the kind of kid that's going to want to end this with a flair, don't you?
I would think so. He has a lot of flair.
Game setting match, Andre Agassi. 3 sets to 1, 6-3, 6-1, 2-6, 6-love.
1 hour and 38 minutes.
Agassi took a ball and fired it right straight up into that wind, saying, "Leave me alone."
This is how he's advanced now. He will play the winner of Wilkinson and Chang match in progress right now. The winner of that will play the winner of Connors and Lozano. So it looks very much like Connors and Agassi could meet down the road, Pat, in the quarterfinals.
And that would be, or will be, if it does occur, very, very entertaining, to say the least. Let's go down to Barry McKay.
All right, Pat. Andre, another good day. The wind was tough down here, wasn't it, though?
Yeah, it was definitely, it was heading one direction, but in here with the huge stadium, it turns into a swirl, and it was more leaning that way, so it's like it was feeding off. It was great, because, the backhand could take them real out wide and set up the point, so I really can't complain, I mean, I played well in it today. That's all there was to it.
You're getting used to this stadium court. When you first walked out here early in the week, it looked to me like you weren't real comfortable with the surroundings.
No, that's true. I knew as the turn went on, it would get easier, and now I feel like it's my home crowd. It's great.
Michael Chang out against Wilkinson. Wilkinson's leading 2-1. Any thoughts on either of those guys? You play the winner.
Well, I played Michael in TOC, Tournament of Champions, and, the guy's a hustler. He just sits back and he'll return all day long, and we had a tough match. I beat him handily, but yet, it was long rally, so that'll be entertaining. If I were to play him, I would feel definitely confident going in there. And against Wilkinson, he's a serve and volleyer like Johan, like a couple other guys I played. So, I just got to be geared on my tennis. If I do that, I would really feel comfortable regardless who wins.
If you win that, and if Jimmy Connors gets into that quarterfinal, you would play Jimmy. I know a lot of people really hoping that'll take place. Any thoughts on a match against Connors? Oh,
that's something I've always said. I want to play him before he retires, I played him in the Emile Island exhibition, and he wasn't feeling too well, had to retire. But it's gonna be exciting, especially at such a great event as the U.S. Open here. And I think that if he gets there and I get there, it'll be one match that'll be remembered for a long time.
I understand you and John McEnroe, when you went down to South America, had some fun down there. You practiced together, and Tommy Gorman just told me you worked out a long time on that day before the matches. Did that help?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Me and John are so good for each other as far as practice goes, because we go out there, we hit two minutes, and we're ready to start playing points. We're both that kind of player. And if he's, it's well, if we practice every day, you probably get tired of that, but it's a good change of pace, and it was exciting.
Andre, you're seeded number 4. Can you win this U.S. Open?
Like I said the other day, I'm one step closer.
All right, thanks for stopping, Andre.
And we've been joined here by Andre Agassi, completing his match against Johan Kriek in fine style. And you've been watching with interest out on 16 to see who you'll play next. And young Michael Chang against Wilkinson, with Chang up a break now in the 5th. Would it be a surprise to you if Chang were to beat the veteran in this match, or would you have expected him to win it?
Comparing the game styles and seeing how Chang has matched up against other serving volleyers like Svensson and ground strokers, I thought he had a good shot at winning, but then again, Tim doesn't get the name Dr. Unbelievable matches, and I knew it was going to be a good match, and here they are in the 5th.
And here they are. All right, now how about Mats Wilander, the number 2 guy? I guess he hasn't had the attention that you've had, or the